Welcome back to the Fit Tips series, guys. We're going to be taking a look at the row today. Now, very much like the band pull apart video that I made, the row is very important for counteracting all of this, rolled forward, hunched over, slouched on the phones, on the computers. And we want to be developing this and learning this skill and building up those muscles before we start getting into loading on more and more pressing. Again, like I mentioned in the first video, the push-up and stuff tends to be what people do first, and it's really not the best thing that you could do. You'd be much better off doing all kinds of stuff. Even just doing body weight squats and doing the rows and stuff, this is going to set you up better for long-term success with posture and not developing more problems. If you just do push-ups and you do not do rows to counteract it, I promise you, you will make your posture worse. First up is going to be your table rows. I'm using a diagram to show you on this one only because I do not have the kind of table that will work for doing this, as you can see in the short little video clip here. So if you look at this, right, if you have the proper kind of table and it is sturdy and strong enough, you can do rows just using the edge of the table. Also, if you have some chairs that are high enough, sturdy enough, and you've got a strong bar, right? Like any kind of metal pipe, a really strong broomstick, probably not very many broomsticks are gonna be strong enough. So this is one where you might not have something strong enough to put between the chairs, but it is another option you can do. Now, next up, we have the suspension trainer. You could also use rings, but I'm not sure if all rings come with this little rubber knob in it that I just showed you that allows it to be placed up into the door. Now, it's very important that when you do this, that you are pulling so that the door pulls into the door frame. As you can see here, right, the door is opening away from me so that as I pull, the door is being pulled into the door frame, not away from the door frame. If you pull away from the door frame, you could, right, obviously damage, break the door, or have those just pop out instead of it being held in there really solid. Now, a beautiful thing about doing this kind of stuff is that they are adjustable on the angle. You see here, all I did was scoot closer, and now the angle is much more intense, which makes the exercise more difficult. The suspension trainer is one of your best versatile pieces of home equipment. Next up, we've got another just creative one. This is a water storage container. You could honestly use really anything, right? And this is just a one-arm bent over row here. You could use anything that is heavy enough to provide the resistance and you're able to hold on to. All right, next up, I've got another creative one for you. This is just a tire off of an old vehicle of mine. And then I got these metal bars and I, put them together. They're just like plumbing fittings from hardware store. I made a T so that it would stick about a tire. I can slide plates over it to load it up as heavy as I want. It provides amazing resistance because the tire, right, resists sliding once you put any weight on top of it. You can do them two-handed, you could do them one-handed, another great option that most people could put together. And finally, you knew I was gonna have to throw it in, we've got actual barbell rows. You do not need the rack. You can acquire just the bar and plates, and you can get these from places like Play It Again Sports, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. Almost everything I have was acquired cheap. Now, here's the regular barbell row. And then we're gonna set it down. We're also gonna show you the pendlay row. The benefit to doing these also is you're actually gonna work the lower back muscles, your spinal erectors. One of the things that is actually difficult to hit without using actual equipment. If you guys wanna support me in the channel, links to all the socials, the Patreon, all that stuff is in the video description. Also, if you got Amazon Prime and you happen to use Twitch, you could Prime sub to my channel for free over there. That would help me out and it would cost you nothing. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you in the next one.